Yo, let me tell you something about this show right here, Heather B.
Talk to me, homie.
First of all, congratulations. This is a record-breaking show right now.
Yeah.
10 seasons.
10, homie.
10 whole seasons.
Double digits.
How many episodes per season?
22.
So if you multiply 22 times 10, how many episodes is
I was
that?
smoking weed in high school. I can't
You
remember.
can't figure it out. That's at least 220 episodes.
Period. I knew that part.
But that's not even including the reunion shows.
The 100 episode shows, the specials, and everything in between. You see them all the time during Essence.
Yeah.
And they're hosting amazing events and showing up. Anytime there's women events, you will see one of these ladies there spearheading, and then all of their outside projects as well. It's been amazing.
It's been amazing. And one of the star who carries so much charisma around her, whenever she steps into a room, it lights up. You know somebody has a presence. You just got to look around and tap into her frequency. I remember when she first came on this show, Heather B, she was by herself in a sweatsuit. She was like, look, I'm here to put in work.
I think I had on Black Forces, too.
Black Forces, too. She was like, I'm here to put in work. The one and only KJ Smith is here.
KJ. I'm so happy to be here still.
Oh,
thank you, Sway.
good to see you.
I love you, Sway.
Oh, man, I love you, too.
I love it.
I've been since those days. You were already, your momentum was already building, but since those days, to see all that you've accomplished,
thank you.
The roles you step in, this cast, beautiful, amazing, just different variations of who we are as Black folks, as women, consistently throughout these decades. KJ, welcome back to the show. How you feeling today? How you feeling?
Great. I feel great. I feel like every time I come here, y'all just put fire in my back to just keep going. It really is. Wow. This is an interesting time in our business and our industry right now. And to have you all support, for you all to, because people have to understand, you have to want to speak to us for this to be created, right? And so the fact that you all still want to speak to us, you still want to hear our story, you still want to share our platform on your platform is really incredible. So I feel great. Wow. I'm a mom now.
You're a mom now. Yeah, you wasn't a mom when we met.
Yeah, every time. Yo, something else is about to happen, because every time, like when I first came, then I got married, then everything, life is happening. So this is probably the pivotal moment right here.
I love it. Speak to that, though, because women often have been told in entertainment that you can't have it all. You can't get married, you can't have a kid and be a star, but you're here to say that you can.
You absolutely can.
Right?
And I believed that for many years. I believed what the people said. And it wasn't until I met my partner that I challenged that, because even in meeting him, I was like, oh, maybe I'll have to take a back seat so that, we can be a unit. And he was like, no. He was like, are you crazy? He was like, no, this is manifester when you're with someone who believes in you and you love each other. And so I'm blessed to have my partner, Sky Black. Hey, baby.
What's Scott? Is he from Oakland? Is he from Oakland?
He's from Miami.
He's from Miami. Sound like Oakland.
Why you want everybody to be from Oakland, bro?
You're telling her you can't stop working. That's an Oakland trait right there. Get out there, get the money, right?
Oh, you talking about the pimps from Oakland.
I didn't use that word.
That's what you talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. But no, that's beautiful to hear, right? And we one of the things, for example, Tyler Perry, first time I ever sat with him, he was still doing the off-Broadway plays, and I was working at MTV. And I was like, yo, we got to sit next to this dude. This is the guy. You got to, if we interview him today, 20 years from now, can you imagine what that interview is going to be valued at? People didn't get it, right? They did not get it. You got to be in the marquee before they sign on, right? I ended up doing the interview anyway and was able to hear about his story and what it took for him to become the mogul that he is today. And for that reason, I think Heather and I are on purpose now where this is all we want to utilize our platforms for, just to uplift, to bring attention, to empower folks. So you allow us to do that. 10 seasons, man. They looking richer too, Heather B.
Let's get it.
All right, who else we got in the room?
Let them know.
Who else we got in the room? KJ, do the honors. Why don't you do the room
Oh,
first?
yes. Okay.
We got some new faces in here.
We
Yes.
We got some new faces. Okay, all right.
New
Hey,
faces.
sister. Hi, sister.
That's my sister. No.
We literally fight over her.
Yeah, literally. This is Jordan Coleman.
Jordan, what up, Jordan?
She's the
What's
baby
up?
of the family. I'll let her.
Okay.
I'll let her.
Yeah,
do her
and
thing.
I'm Jordan Coleman, coming in as Cheyenne Barnes, the chaotic little sister that is here to torment her for a while.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
But we know you from All American, right?
Yes.
Kareem Grimes is my cousin.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's a very small
That's
world.
like, man, I know. I've got a lot of E40. I got a lot of cousins. So. a royal bloodline, right? But you used to working with an ensemble of people on a cast, right?
Yeah, I feel like I've worked on so many different types. I mean, even from I was doing like Zack Snyder, Rebel Moon, and I'm in Alien and makeup, and it's so fun. And even this character, Cheyenne, I mean, I'm nothing like her. She's prissy, she's bratty,
Reckless.
Yeah. Keep going. Yes, it just keeps going. But it's so much fun to tap into roles that I almost feel like I have no business doing. It's a little bit of imposter syndrome, but when I take myself out of it and I'm like, but they still have a story to tell, it is so much fun and it's so rewarding.
Wow, man! Welcome to the show, Jordan Coleman. We got Mike Muse and Tracy G over in New York too, guys. Y'all want to chime in? Y'all want to say hi to anybody? You know.
What's up, Tracy?
Absolutely. So good seeing you guys.
What's up, everybody? So good to see you guys. Always a pleasure.
You
Always
too.
a pleasure.
All right.
Gotta let KJ finish introducing everybody.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure they got mentioned.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, KJ.
This woman to my left needs no introduction.
No.
She goes by one name and one name only.
Period.
Okay. This is Mignon.
Mignon, happy belated
Mignon.
birthday too.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Mignon. I play Danny. Been here since season 1. You know, tearing shit up. But can I say shit? I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
She said it
They'll
twice.
kick us
Yep,
off.
yep.
Fuck, Mignon.
All the churchy people gonna be like, "Wow, Mignon, wow, what happened?" It's early and I haven't had coffee or food. Somebody got food over there too. It's like,
That's
what
mine.
is that?
We got it.
Yeah. So happy to be back. It was fun seeing you guys in New York a couple
Thank
of years
you.
ago.
Yeah.
See you guys out here again. It's a good way to kick off this NAACP week. This
Absolutely.
Black Excellence Week and round out a Black History Month.
All of the
Lickety
things.
black.
And Women History Month coming up in March 1st. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
Sunday.
go. Sunday. Oh yeah, March 1st is
March 1st is Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
2026 is in a rush.
Yes.
You know, to do anything for 10 seasons in entertainment is a rarity. Like, you're a unicorn. You know, it's like things don't last 3-4 seasons. Y'all got like football careers, right? You only the average is like 3 seasons or something like that, 2 to 3 seasons. How does that make you feel? I mean, do you feel lucky? Because these people aren't here no more, right? I'm imagining that's an emotional strain too. Like certain actors and actresses you get to know, and unfortunately they're not in the next season. How do one cope with that?
I don't know how to explain it. I think I'm just at a place in life in general where I'm learning you can't be too attached to anything. It's so funny because Crystal and I were talking about this yesterday, how this industry was everything. And then as things come out and as the way Cat Williams started off 2024, wasn't it 2024?
Yes.
It's just we're in an age of truth, and the truth is like everything's in life for a season, and you just start to realize what really matters. And I'm just like, I'm grateful to be here. I know that I was created to be a storyteller, but I realize it's so much bigger than me. It's purpose driven, and I'm not attached to the idea of this level of fame or status or awards or any of that. Like, being here is great, but you know, to quote this show that I was watching on Netflix, it was about Andrew Garfield, I believe, that president who was killed in 3 months. So he made a black man the treasurer of the United States. And, you know, the character was saying, you know, I was born into slavery, and, you know, there's white men who will want to see me dead. I'm not quoting it well, but he said, and I worked so hard to get here just to sign my name on a piece of paper. And now these white men who had me enslaved, every time they use $1, a black man's signature is going to be on it. But that wasn't the thing that got me. He said after that, he said, it's not everything, but it's something. And that's just where I'm at right now. It's like, this isn't everything. It just isn't. but it's something.
Gosh, tap it right there. Man. God, my gosh.
And you said you didn't have any coffee yet?
You floored the room, right?
Nothing else to say.
Yeah, what are you going to say? How you going to follow that up?
Wrap it up.
All right. Okay. So we got.
Yes. And to my right, again, needs no introduction. We know her from all her many talents. This literally, my friend can sing, dance, do a podcast, make you a meal, dress, style you,
advise
do
you,
hair. She does it all. This is my friend, Crystal Renee Hazlett.
Family. I feel like every time I come back here, I'm with family.
Oh, thank you.
Last time I came in, Sway was blessed in a song that I had did like in 2012.
Yeah.
Like, wow. Yeah, but no, always happy to be here.
You maintain a certain demeanor about you. Your energy is always level and balanced. Anytime I've seen you, but every time we've seen each other's cameras and lights. But I know that Heather and you have a relationship as well, and she confirms it. You know, how do you keep balance in all of this?
Oh man, grace of God. I feel like right now, my assistant, we were in the car headed to the airport yesterday, and he was going over the schedule, and it's just like everything's moving and there's so much happening. He goes, and another thing, I was like, what? It was just like that moment where I just felt like everything was like caving in. And in those moments, we just take a beat, we breathe, and just remember this is what we prayed for.
Yeah.
And I remember like earlier, Amani, who does Culture Con, she always asked me like, how do you handle all this on your plate? And I told her, honestly, I said, we course it out. Just like you would any other meal. I was like, don't try to bite off more than you can chew. And I said, but always remember this is what you prayed for. And with enlarged territory comes discipline, is how you manage it. So I do everything in excellence, not perfection. That was something I had to overcome because I was trying to be excellent at everything. And God's like, that's not what I want from you. I mean, I don't want you to be perfect with everything. Just pursue excellence and everything's going to be okay, and just keep me at the forefront. So with God and just really remembering this is what I prayed for. So every time I feel like it's getting heavy and I'm a little off my balance, I just remember this is what you asked for. So go get it.
We say that a lot.
For real?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Gosh. Okay, man. Okay, Crystal. I see you. Come on. Play your other song. Do it now.
I'm coming to see you soon. I'm about to drop something.
You got some new music?
Yeah, I got some new music.
You don't come to us first. I'll be very disappointed.
This will be my first stop for sure.
I'm going to make a diss record. Okay. Who we got? Last but not least.
Okay, last but certainly not least, she's an author, an inspiration to women everywhere, a Peloton aficionado. She's a former makeup artist.
Back in the day.
In the day, but I just witnessed her do her makeup
in a moving van. In like 15 minutes. And lashes.
What?
I was like, you about to do that right now?
Now, let's be clear. She's naturally beautiful.
Yes.
But that was magic.
It
was incredible.
Yeah.
It needs to be studied.
Yes, it needs to be studied. This is the amazing, the incredible, the incomparable Tunde.
Hi. Listen, you know when your Apple decides to do an update spontaneously on its own and that alarm clock doesn't go off? So the ladies got to see my makeup skills come back in action this morning. But we made it. We're here. My name is Tunde. I play Madison Truitt on the show. I am new to Sistas this season.
Yes.
And KJ, you said, did you mean to say manifester? Did you mean to say that?
Yeah.
Okay, because I've never heard that before, but I'm taking
Isn't it
that.
fantastic?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I'm in this moment, I've been in this season of my life where I am manning it faster. Like, if you see it, you can believe it. I call myself the professional pivoter, the queen of the pivot. I was a makeup artist for many years. It was my dream job. And then I had this dream that I wanted to be on a bike teaching classes. And then without knowing what Peloton was, I had this vision of you're going to teach fitness classes one day and it's going to change your life and it's going to impact the lives of millions of people. Fast forward, I start teaching for Peloton where I'm able to touch millions of people by virtue of a bike every single day. Then I say, you know what? People used to tease you and pick on you and call you names and call you ugly. You're not ugly. You're beautiful. And you're going to show other dark-skinned girls like you that they're beautiful too. Fast forward, I'm the 2026 Sports Illustrated Swimsuit Woman of the Year. And then now I'm manifesting the next next vision, which was to be a part of this beautiful ensemble. So every single day I wake up, I'm so blessed and so grateful for this season that I'm in.
Wow, Tune Day, you better. I got Peloton. I got to switch up
You
now.
never taken my class,
No, I didn't know.
Whose class do you take? You take
I don't even know
Nobody's class.
No, it's the young lady that used to work on the Brooklyn Nets.
Allie Love.
Yeah, because I used to be a
Love.
season ticket holder,
Okay,
so I was
fair.
just. And she's dope.
Well, she's dope. Well played, Sway. Well played. Well played.
Where you pull that name from, yo? Like, it's clothes on your Peloton. Me and Tracy were looking at each other like, wow, you lying. She just got here. Yo!
So he doesn't ride his bike? He's not on his bike?
No. Did he bring it to
back
LA?
in New York.
In fairness to Sway, a treadmill,
shipped to
my
LA.
Peloton tread also is where I dry my clothes.
Okay, we got to change that. This is not the ad. This is not the ad.
I use it. I just, when I'm hang drying stuff, I'm like, there's so much room.
Well, hopefully this has motivated you to get back on.
No, absolutely.
You're looking to LA.
Yeah, when I get back on my Peloton and renew my subscription, I'm definitely.
I got one you can borrow.
I got you. Let me ask you this: you're also a motivational speaker. Is there a topic that you tend to lean on where you excel, and what does it take to be that you found to become a motivational speaker? You could attract an audience that want to hear what it is you want to say and keep their attention.
The truth. Yeah, the truth. I think that even let's take for example, when I started working for Peloton, I was trying to cast too wide of a net. And a lot of times when you try to attract everybody, you attract nobody because nobody's able to relate to you. Nobody's able to see themselves in you. It wasn't until I stopped trying to do what I saw my teammates doing to win, and I just started trusting that who I am was enough, and that's when I started winning. In terms of like what I speak to, a lot of times it's women's groups, but oftentimes one of the biggest moments of pivot for me within my success in my career at Peloton was just after George Floyd was murdered. And I always say, like, I hope that we never, as a nation, I hope we never forget the heaviness of that moment and what that felt like. Because it's so easy for it to be lost on us. After that moment, I'll rewind and say, when I first got to Peloton, before I started, I scrubbed my Instagram. I cleansed of anything that showed I was black.
Okay.
Right? Because I knew that the audience that I was serving, the majority of the audience that I was serving didn't look like me. And again, I was trying to cast a wide net. And so anything that showed that I was in support of black, essentially, I archived. It's not a moment that I'm proud of, but it's what I did. Yeah. When after George Floyd was murdered, I remember I got on Instagram, and without thinking, I just started talking. I started talking about how fearful I was for my nephew if my nephew wanted to go out for a run. I talked about how I was fearful for my brother. I talked about how if you flinch when you see my brother walking behind you, like, let's talk about that, because it's fear that continues to be passed on that evolves into hate. It's fear. It's fear, and then it becomes hate. And so I got on Instagram. I posted this video. Had I known the video was going to go viral, I probably would put eyebrows on Sway. But it was this moment where there was just no looking back. There was no hiding who I was. Yeah. And so I remember my boss came to me and she said, would you lead a solidarity ride? Wow. And she didn't know what that meant at that time. To be honest, I don't think I knew what that meant at that time. Just to give you context, I live in New York. I go to watch Beyonce when she comes to town. MSG holds 22,000 people. When I got there that morning, mind you, everybody's masked up. We usually have hundreds of production people in the room. There was one person, like audio person, and one visual person. It was COVID. And so I looked down at the live leaderboard, and I'm thinking to myself, everybody's going to log out because I'm just going to be too real. I'm going to be too honest. I'm going to be too real. I'm going to be too honest. I looked down and there's 22,000 souls live in that moment. Wow. Millions of people have now taken that class to date. Yeah. But in that live moment, there were 22,000 people riding with me. And as I'm talking, I think to myself, they're just going to start leaving. They're going to start leaving. But I don't care because what I'm saying is carried on the back of love. And if it's carried on the back of love, it can't be wrong. And so I just kept talking, sharing my lived experience as a Black woman, stories of myself, stories of my brother, stories that my teammates had given me permission to share. I logged out from that ride. Until this day, to this day, I'll be in a Zoom meeting with another brand, and someone will say, "Hey, Tunde, can you stay one moment longer?" And they'll look at me and they'll say, "Tunde, I took your Black Lives Matter ride. I found the term, I didn't want to take that class, but my wife made me take it. Matter of fact, I actually didn't really take it, I watched it. I found the term Black Lives Matter incredibly offensive. But after watching that ride, I see you, I stand with you.
Wow.
Black Lives Matter." And so a lot of the conversations that I have, to answer your questions, it's just about being your authentic self. I think the beauty of uncertainty is infinite possibility. Like when you lean into the gut, like when you
Can
lean
you just
into
say that one more time?
The beauty of uncertainty is infinite possibility. When we don't know what's next, it's heavy and it is so scary. But the gift in not knowing what's next is that anything can be next. When you think you know what the option is and what's coming, then the option, what's coming in is limited to what you believe is coming in. But when you have absolutely no clue, yes, it's uncomfortable and nobody likes to be there, but anything can be on its way. We would have never imagined this. No.
Wow.
But it's here.
Crystal and I were talking about that yesterday too. Wow. Sometimes your hope is the evidence. That's the only evidence you have sometimes is the hope.
Are y'all like this on set?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
We're not like this on set because we're working.
Oh, okay.
We're
All
like
right.
in real life.
In our downtime.
In the Sprinter.
Yeah.
On the way.
In the Sprinter, that's how you
In
like?
the Sprinter, we're talking about now.
And makeup and this, right?
We're like, ooh.
Tunde, congratulations.
Congrats.
Welcome to that freedom. I know that. I'm to that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
We got the cast of Sistas here, season 10. 888-742-3345. Let's set it off, man. Shade 45. Come on.
Hey.
Man, I feel like I've been on Peloton up in here. Thank you, Tunde. I appreciate it.
Got you fired up.
Got me fired up, man. We got them here, season 10, Sistas. They are here. Heather B, I'm going to let you take this over, being that you're a cast member.
Oh, Sway.
I know that's right.
I know that's right.
We all seen Heather on set, right?
That's right, yes.
No,
All right,
it was the best time, and I always say that every time I'm blessed to see you all. Nice to meet you, Tunde. Nice to meet you as well. Beautiful, beautiful. And I've been watching season 10, and just, to me, kind of like watching these dynamics that happen in a family. The sibling thing that's happening, loss.
Yes.
And I think that's something that we all have to deal with in a way, and that we hate dealing with it. I share here with my team at Sway in the Morning. I lost my parents 18 months apart. And, this was before COVID, just out of nowhere. My parents were young, 62 and 65. I lost them 18 months apart. And I think people don't realize that you go through this grieving process, at least for me. You went through this grieving process, and then God allowed me to find a way to move while mourning. And I didn't know that I needed that space, because you're just sitting in grief, and that's like paralysis almost, right? Yes. And then I felt uncomfortable to try to go on with my life, but then there's work, and there's this, and all the things y'all been sharing with us, my marriage, all the stuff, and you got to find a way to move, but you realize you're still mourning. And I'm watching this season and all the things that happen, because there's a mourning when you physically lose someone, to death and transitioning, but then your friend moves, like your best friend moves away to start their life. And I'm watching each of y'all more so your character, Crystal, Mignon, and KJ, death, and then losing a friend. And just if you can share personally to someone that's listening right now, how you have dealt with that.
Oh my God! I recently had a situation. I'm gonna try not to cry, but just I'm in my 40s. All my friends are in the 40s.
Yeah.
I mean, with the exception of this amazing cast.
Yeah.
In their 20s.
But of course, because we're 25.
Right.
But my best friend was recently diagnosed with breast cancer. My best friend, we've been friends for over 25 years, and I recently went to Florida. She had to have a procedure, and yeah, I'm going to try to make it quick, so I'm not going to get too technical. I wouldn't know the words anyway, but she had a procedure to try to remove what needed to be removed, and then we were back in the hospital 48 hours later because she had a rupture. And you know, this is the woman, we've been through everything together. everything from high school, everything. And you know, in that moment, I'm in the hospital room with her. She is, it was terrifying. I tell her to this day, that was one of the scariest moments. And I had a tumultuous labor. That was a scary moment for me because I was experiencing it, but seeing her and being outside and looking from my point of view and seeing the pain and the discomfort and the agony, and she was fainting, she wasn't getting adequate care in the emergency room.
And y'all dealing with that too.
And
you dealt with
I
that
mean,
these past 2 seasons.
Literally. And I just wish this show
was playing out in your lives or playing out in the script?
Both. It's playing out in the script. So in season 9, we dealt with child labor and the healthcare provider, the doctor, not caring about the woman's needs. When I had my labor, I used I won't go into too much detail, but I had a traumatic experience, and I had to get rushed to the hospital, have an emergency C-section because of my healthcare worker. And so that was very, I still, if I'm being honest with everyone, to your authentic point, I still haven't processed it. I don't even talk about it in therapy because I'm not there. There's so many other things that I can talk about. But seeing my best friend go through this and being on the outside looking in, and we're covering these topics on the show, and it is so interesting because when we first started, I was like, I would never be in these situations. I would never. Yeah. And it is happening. It's playing out in real time. It's playing out in real time. I know people, you know, who are Andy now. And I'm like, oh, I have to do your story justice, because I'm like, I'm outspoken and I would confront a situation if, you know, I felt offended or something like that. Doesn't mean this person would. And so it's been very interesting. But to answer your question, it's been very eye-opening. To see mortality, to see the mortality of my best friends, to see the mortality of myself, and to look death in the face, you know, with myself and with my best friend. You know, Jessica, we love you. I know this is a platform, but we're praying for you.
Absolutely.
And it's so funny because she decided to share her story today. This was her first day sharing the story, so that's why I feel comfortable saying it. She like just recently posted it on her social media accounts. But
we praying for Jessica.
This is happening. Our stories are happening. So for us to have 10 seasons is so impactful, because there are people who are contacting me and they're like, I'm on season 3 and I'm going through what you guys went through in season 3 now.
Maybe because where I am in age, you now you're experiencing these things that, like you said, I never thought I would be here, you know, but then we've been celebrating women. We still got to get up every day and be women and go to work and deal with this and make business decisions and all of these things. And I'm just wondering, from a personal level, we see all the glitz and glam, but how do you cope? How do you deal with it? How do you leave that outside and then come on set and boom and be the messy sister and be the friend who's dealing with domestic violence and too scared to talk, and be the attorney and be the balance that you have in your relationship and studying and, you know, and be this new business owner? I was just personally curious. And so thank you, KJ.
Thank you, KJ.
I would like to add that what we do for a living is put it in our art. We're artists. And people forget that with actors. Oh, he's just an actor. No. We're artists. This is the arts. Our job is to tell stories. So when situations and circumstances happen for me in my personal life, I save it for the screen. I save it for the screen. Wow. And that's another reason why a lot of topics I just don't even address in therapy, because until after we finish shooting, because I need this. I need these emotions. All this is balled up and is right here, and. And that's why in acting you have to be able to process. You have to let it go after. So we finished shooting on Friday. I'm knocking on the door of my therapist on Monday because I have to process it and then I have to let it go. But I store it so that I can use it in my art.
Wow, I love it. Man, we're talking to the cast of Sisters Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern on BET.
Tonight.
That's tonight.
Oh, yeah.
That's tonight. Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern, 10 seasons. And we just having conversations with these amazing individuals here.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked about the show much, but but we're learning about the show through who you guys are as thespians. I'm gonna take it to New York because I see Tracy on the edge of her seat out there. Go ahead.
No, absolutely. These are my type of women. And seriously, KJ, thank you so much for sharing, especially on behalf of your sister, of Jessica. We're sending all of our love to her. And this is sacred work that you guys are doing within the arts. Sisters is like a mirror and in some ways like a manual of sorts for women and also for those who love women. Crystal, Tunde, you both said different things that both resonated with me, and so I kind of wanted to put it together into a question. Crystal, when you were talking about how your gratitude can be tethered back to the realization that you're living within an answered prayer, and then Tunde, you're a fellow pivot princess like myself. We speak the same language of fitness. I love movement so dearly. But on the pivot and then the prayer, I would love for both of you to speak about when gratitude and, let's say, restlessness can be experienced at the same time, almost where it's like your loyalty to your past self becomes a betrayal to your present self. Have you ever realized that the life that you prayed for doesn't fully fit who you're becoming? When do you know to pivot, Tunde? And then when do you know to stay centered, Crystal, and vice versa?
That's good. That's good.
Oh, that was good. You said a betrayal to your past.
To your present self.
To your present self, because you're holding on to your past self. That's a bar.
That's a bar.
Wow. Yeah, I think I'm going to rewind. I'll take it back to when I was in the cosmetic world. So I was in the makeup world for 16 years. I moved from Houston, Texas to LA to follow my dream. I always say I love that job until I didn't. Mm-hmm. I love that job until I hated it. Mm-hmm. And for me, it was, I'd worked my way up within the cosmetic world. People would have killed for that job. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, when I left, I think they might have gone to bat for it, right? All that to say, I will never forget the day I went to the restroom. And I was in there for 15 minutes doing nothing. I was in the restroom, I was in the stall doing nothing. I just needed time by myself. Mm. And I looked at myself in the mirror. I splashed water on my face. I always say my little eyelash dangled off. But I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, Tunde, do you love this job or do you love the title? Mm. Tunde, do you love this job or do you love the respect? Mm. And for me, I realized that what I was holding on to was just ego. And I think ego sometimes can be a good thing. Like ego it gets a bad rap all the time. Sometimes it can help propel you. But in this situation, ego was holding me back. I knew that the relationship was done. Mm-hmm. But I looked at the time that I invested in the relationship. Yeah. I looked at the work that I'd invested in the relationship. And we can be talking about cosmetics, or we can be talking about anything that friendship, manship. You know when you are done. You know when you have outstayed the welcome. Mm-hmm. It is fear that holds us back. I always say, don't allow fear to steer. Don't allow fear to hold you hostage. When it's time, you know it's time, but oftentimes we hold on to shoulda, coulda, woulda, how come, what wasn't, and we hold on to the time that we've put into the time that we've been there. Does that make sense? We hold on to the time that we put into the time that we're there. And so for me, it's like, I think we know. I think you always know. You know when it's time to pivot. You know when it's time to change. It's not knowing that's difficult. It's moving that is difficult. I'm looking at Heather because you talked about movement earlier. Like, it's moving. It's making the conscious choice to say goodbye. And listen, in a million ways, that decision has paid off. What I've learned from the pivot is that nothing is lost. Like, the skills I learned in the cosmetic world, not just how to beat my own face and save a coin, like I use that skill still, but what I learned in the cosmetic world as a trainer, I learned how to connect with people. I learned how to relate. I learned how to hear people. I learned how to get on a stage and speak. I took that with me into the work that I do with Peloton. I take what I do at Peloton. I took that into what it took to write my book. I took what I learned in the cosmetic world. I took that into what it took to write my book. And then now in this space, like, I'm on live TV every single day, again, by virtue of a bike. Like, talk about being agile and being reactive. And then I take that into the acting world as well, like listening, reacting to the person that I'm in the scene with. Like, when you are able to realize that when you let go, you are never fully letting go and you will still take with, I think that's when acceptance allows you to know that you're not really betraying anybody if you take what was useful with you.
Amen.
This morning.
That's a word.
Amen.
Swear, you love being around all these women. Shut up. He's loving it, y'all.
I'm on my best behavior.
He is, Jordan. He is.
Gosh, but no, it's just so much powerful, so many powerful words. Coming out of this conversation. You know, I want to let Mike jump in to Mike Muse because he wore a green jacket.
Quarter zip a movement.
You already know, KJ. You already know, KJ. It's good to see you all again, and what a beautiful conversation we're having from beginning to end. And I love how it just started. And KJ, you said the idea that we have to want to talk with you, and I think that's just a lesson to be had, and the idea that more should want, right? And it's an honor to speak with you women. You guys are all so dynamic. And as I was sitting here listening to the conversation with Tracy G and the conversation with Heather B, it's almost as like we're listening in on this sisterhood moment, right? And I often think about how it seems so needed for women, and Black women in particular, to see themselves represented on the screen amongst all of you and to share your stories, right? It was so heartfelt, the conversation we've been having. But I'm just curious, for men to observe and to watch and to tune in, what would you want men to take away and watching this storylines and story arcs of these dynamic Black women?
Jordan, you want to handle that one? You got it?
My goodness. Okay.
Mike.
Well, I think it's funny because a lot of time when men say, I watched the show, like, my wife puts it on and I'll be watching from the corner. But, they have sisters, they have mothers, they have wives. And if it wasn't for women, they wouldn't know how to take care of us, how to provide for us, what to know what's going on with us once a month, what happens when you're carrying a child. They don't have to deal with them, but the men that appreciate our stories and can understand them and want to be better so that we can have partnerships with them is absolutely amazing. And the stories that we're telling, they don't just resonate with women. We see that. You don't get 10 seasons just because you're resonating with one gender. We're resonating with millions of different types of people all over the world, and men are in that. I just want to say thank you, honestly, because obviously we're telling stories that they comprehend, that they want to know more about, and I feel very grateful for that. I just hope that continues, and we'll do our jobs to keep, telling those stories with as much truth as possible.
Well, it's working for me. I'm finding out a whole lot when I'm watching. Man, let's give these amazing people a round of applause. Mignon, thank you. Appreciate you. Jordan, thank you. Tunde, thank you. And Heather B, we got to say thank you to Crystal, our sister, and KJ.
Yes.
Come on, we've been riding for years now. And we're still here.
Yes.
And we want to, we don't want to shortchange this moment. Mignon, Tunde, Crystal, KJ, Jordan, we want to do this big, and I'm glad that your people are here as well. Season 11, please come back. Sway and I were just talking about, had we had enough time, we want to open up the big studio, the Garage series downstairs, and bring in a live audience, and just really,
we're going to do it big.
We want to do this big for y'all, so we want to say this in front of y'all, in front of everybody here, your team. Please come back for season 11 or whenever, and we want to invite our subscribers to come and really celebrate you all. Like, thank y'all for waking up at Old Dark 30 to be here.
Does it have to be at
No. So it could be at like 5 p.m. Whatever time y'all want.
Like,
y'all can just come and show up, dress to the nines, and just let us really celebrate y'all the right way. Seriously, but congrats.
And congratulations to you all.
Yeah.
Thank you for being amazing on our platform.
Yes.
We appreciate you, and that you would even want to come speak with us.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so thank you.
We woke up for you guys. That's the only reason why we woke up for you.
You woke up for this?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
For sure.
Yo, let's give them a big round of applause. Also,
Certainly.
we want to thank the All Tied
Up ATU.
ATU.org. My brother Amon, who comes from North. All those young people, right? Come in the room, y'all. Come in the room.
They were amazing.
They work
today.
in media. They're up and coming. They're all in high school.
17 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, they all grew. They're all from Oakland, where I went to high school. And that's David right there. Say what up to David, Leilani, Amani.
Future cardiologists and scientists.
Let us get on the mic. Get on the mic. I want to say it properly.
Aerospace engineers.
Batanya. Yes. Armand right here.
Let them know your future. Batanya, say it real quickly.
I'm going into neurobiology with a pre-med track, and hopefully I go into anesthesiology or neurology.
Wow. David, tell them yours, so let them know, man.
I want to major in aerospace engineering.
Okay. Leilani. Wow, she's incredible, too.
I want to major in cardiology.
Okay. Amani.
I want to major in either theatrics or communication.
And it's Amari, right? Amari, right?
Oh, wow.
Okay. Miss Mimi. Mrs. Mimi.
Hello. Hi, ladies.
Hi. You too.
I miss Mimi.
Come on, radio voice. Pull up, too.
Go ahead, Armand.
Armand, pleasure to meet you.
What do y'all think he does for a living?
Right.
Radio.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you think I do?
Radio. Run the country.
Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it.
And Armand, inspiration to get in radio. Go ahead, tell them the story.
So Sway has been my inspiration, my motivation to get into radio. So we're both from Oakland, and he's been doing this since summer. He's been doing this since Summer Jam. So I've been watching him, and because of Sway and Camiel and Sway and Tech, dancing Pier 39, break dancing, he used the inspiration for me to get into radio. Wow. But I said, you know what? I want to do the Quiet Storm. So I've been doing I've been doing the Quiet Storm. And you know, so I said, you know what, after radio I want to do more. So I decided to give back to the community. So my wife and I decided to start this wonderful program where we teach kids to learn their voice. We use podcasting to help these kids empower their voice, and we empower them. So we have two young ladies that would love to ask you a couple of questions if you don't mind.
Yeah, we don't mind.
Because they, first of all, their mamas watch the show.
We're going to do that now? You want to do it now? Let's do it now. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, let's do it now. Y'all part of the show.
Yes. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Tanya. We're in the AT Academy Girls podcast. And so in your guys' show, you deal a lot with relationships, either through friendships or actual romantic interests, and also through your guys' life experiences. What are some ways that you differentiate through a complicated relationship and a toxic one?
Ooh. Wait, how old are you?
What just happened?
I am 17, going 18.
Wow.
What's going on?
The neuroscience one.
That's good.
Turn the TV off.
It's about how you feel afterwards. It's about asking yourself whether or not that person has your best interests at heart. Do you have theirs? You look at how they've shown up for you. You look at how you've shown up for them, because it's possible for both of y'all to be toxic. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it also depends on dynamic. It's possible to be really healthy with one dynamic, but this person just brings out the worst in you. So how do you feel afterwards? Are you proud of yourself afterwards? Does this person bring out the best in you? Do they bring out the worst in you? For better or for worse, is it your fault or theirs? It's obviously not their fault. You take responsibility. Blame is an ego pursuit. It's really not about whose fault is what, but you got to take responsibility and ownership. What do I become when I'm around them? And, there's this, I'm sure you know it, there was a study at Harvard that was done saying that you become the 5 people you spend the most time with. Do you want to become them? Are they where you're headed?
I'm about to be a cook. What's up, Heather? That's crazy. I don't even like cooking.
Thank you so much for the
like
response.
Thank you.
Okay. Leilani, you got one?
Hello, everyone. My name is Leilani. I am 17 as well. I have a question specifically tied to KJ.
Yes, ma'am.
As I know that you are married and have a kid, but the character and role that you play in the show, you are more so vulnerable for relationships. So what is it like portraying both sides of
I get to learn more about myself, and I get to learn more. Thank you for that question, first of all.
My gosh.
That was amazing, by the way. I get to learn, I have the opportunity to expand my knowledge for women in that position. It helps me with my empathy. It helps me to want to understand all women, all people, actually. Right. And so it's very interesting because portraying someone who's single, when I first got the role, I was very much in her situation. Not with the married man.
Right.
Okay.
Never that.
I
Never
want
that.
to make that clear for
Never
the record.
that.
All right. Tunde kind of turned away when you said that.
Everybody spread out. but wanting love and not knowing my worth and, trying to make it happen at all costs, thinking it was complicated when it was really toxic. And then when I found my partner and I saw the differences, it challenged me. It challenged me to understand and have empathy for my former self as well. And understand that wasn't who I was. It was how I was behaving because I didn't know any better. Right. So now I feel like I have to know it all. I have to be informed about all of it because then I can make a better choice. If I know that having high self-worth, I will attract someone who also has high self-worth, then I'm going to focus on having self-worth instead of the outward of trying. Because at first when I got the role, I'm like, oh, she wears Louboutins. And, I was wearing Black Forces. Crystal was styling me in Louboutins. Okay? So, let's be clear. I didn't understand her lifestyle. I mean, I understand it now.
Yes, she
I
does.
understand it now. But I didn't understand her lifestyle at all. Right. And now I understand her. And now I understand more women in general. I understand all of our characters. I understand. I can break them down to my level of understanding. And but that was a great question. I hope I answered it.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
ATU, give them a big round of applause. They're doing great work.
Y'all are so great.
This is Mimi. How can people who are tuned in, if they want to have their kids, so they want to donate, how can they do it?
Donate. We're going to start with that.
Okay.
Yeah, we're always looking for mentorship, internships, donations, any help we can get. ATUacademy.org.
Amazing.
ATUacademy.org. We will remember that. Thank you all for coming. All you guys.
so
ATU.
much.
Salute to y'all.
Salute.
Hey, y'all represent the town well.
Yes.
I'm proud to be a member. Yay! Town business all up in here. Give it up for these sisters, the Casa sisters. Thank you very much.
Yes.